real consequence to the music that you can be putting out that could really hurt somebody. You know what I mean? And yeah, no, I agree with everything you just said.
That's why I feel like niggas got to push that independent wave more and take the power from the industries, because they're funneling money where that shit need to go to push the narrative that they want to push. This shit could get so much deeper, but I'm just quickly say this shit gets tied in because you got the whole systematic racism in place and shit like that, and the whole incarceration is a business that's set up to, like, you know, put a ceiling over us, so to say. And it makes sense. They're funneling money into the shit that's gonna funnel the prisoners into the prison, which they also own, because prisons can be privately owned. So it's like niggas is funneling off of, this shit is weird. It's just a lot of weird shit to it. But
no, I definitely see where you go.
Politics. It's a lot of 100%. Politics.
I definitely agree with everything you just said, and I think that over time, hopefully, like, drill rap can be more entertaining and not real life.
I think that's what I hope to do with the drill beat that I'm using on my project. Like, just to, you know, a drill song can be played in a spot somewhere, and a nigga don't get punched in his face.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, just try to put a different spin on it.
No, I definitely I feel that 100%. Now let's talk about your album a little bit. The
project, not album. I ain't signed yet.
My fault. I
ain't signed yet.
I'm happy
if it's
you
an
said
album and they can measure my metrics and they can tell me what I can project to make, and then you can, you know, I'm good.
I'm happy you said that, because that's something that we're gonna talk about a little bit for sure. But let's just talk about it for a little bit. The gray area, right? Now, I think it was 14 songs, if I'm not mistaken.
It might be 15.
15. Okay. Oh, because you're gonna drop the right.
I think I sent you maybe about 12. It was at 12, I think, when I sent this, so it might be at 14, 15.
Got you.
At the time I'm done.
Nice. For starters, let's start here, right? Now, there's a couple lines that you threw in there that, you know, I want to make sure I quote it right. I don't want to misquote anything you said. And I think...
anything I say once, I say twice.
Hold on, let me just pull it up really quick. So you said, verbatim, you said that when you say... where is it? My fault. Hold on.
What track, so I could guess the line?
I can't even think of the track right now off the top of my head. I only got the line. It was... one second. My fault.
It's all good.
But you said that when I'm done, my name going down in history, greatest rap of the Bronx scene, is you shitting me. Now, when you use the line "the greatest" and you say that, what does that word mean to you? And how do you plan to implicate over this time period that we get to watch you grow as an artist, that word be true? That was a bar.
Facts. I think the key is just what it means to me. Great means to me, like, timeless, longevity, consistent production, consistent results. Like, if we just think about who we think about as great now. Like, Big could be great forever. Like, who else? They can be talking about Nip 20, 30, 50 years from now.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And it's not, for different reasons, both of them. But, you know, with me being somewhat of a secondary product of the artists before me, I think, like, I could incorporate different aspects of different people whose movement I've watched and witnessed and seen shit that I liked and saw how it worked and felt like it made sense to me, or like being incorporated with me. So just being a name that's not forgotten, like you said, like going down in history. That's like when your jersey get retired. Like, when I'm done doing this, niggas is gonna remember that I did it.
No, I definitely think that. Like, how do you incorporate? How do you make sure that happens? What is it that you think that you have to do as an artist to make sure that word is stamped true to not just you, but to the fans that follow you, to the people that respect you for what you do in your craft, to the people that, you know, just love you for the lyricism side of it? How do you make sure that that word is stamped into your branding, your name forever?
I think that just comes with consistency. Like similar to how I don't know who started this, but there's like it always went around that Kiss never had a whack verse. So that's really the key to me, like, just to never have a whack verse. Anytime I'm doing a song with a nigga, making sure I got the better verse. Like, even though, you know, we working together, we building, like for example, I'm doing a song with Fergie.
Mm-hmm.
It's love. We working together, obviously, you know, but I'm trying to burn him. Like, you feel me? I'm an artist. And I come from that particular cloth of artists that there's a competitive aspect to it, you know. So, like, I was just on fucking Clubhouse yesterday with Chit Chat. Shout out to Chit Chat. And we were going over the On the Radar cipher that just came out with all the ladies, and just being honest and really sticking to my guns about lyricism. I don't care how many followers you got. If we're in a space where we're talking about quality and assessing quality, I have a very high standard of what quality is. So, you know, sometimes that shit could ruffle feathers, but you know.
It's funny you say that. I remember J. Cole saying this, and you said that you want to kill people in verse, and that's what you like, honestly.
For the record, I feel like I'm undefeated, by the way. I haven't done a song with a nigga that had a better verse than me. Nobody excluded.
That's you might have some people that come for you.
That's fine. My pen work. My pen work.
So J. Cole, you know, I think it was after 1985, if I'm not mistaken, when he made the track 1985. But he said that one thing that he had done his entire career was he kind of stayed straight of the 21 Savages, maybe people whose pen game isn't as strong as his. And in return, it was because that, you know, he didn't want to be, you know, close to these people. He didn't want to have songs with these people. He just seen them in a different lane. Even the 1985 track was a disrespect to Lil Pump, who he seen them as.
That whole project kind of was like, was that off the
KOD?
Yeah,
right.
That whole project was like very.
It was
very
anti-mumble, for sure.
Very anti-mumble, you know, making a statement.
For sure. Do you feel that you put yourself in this category where you don't want to be associated? You may never do tracks with people who do mumble rap songs, or do you find yourself in a place as an artist where you're like, hey, I welcome all artistry, and I'm trying to figure out how I can make the best work, period?
I feel like I think any two artists could work together if they're able to get into a space where they can allow their creativeness to find that common ground. And the other piece of it is just coming down to a skill aspect. You know, as a person who prides himself on being a lyricist, there should never. Matter of fact, there's a quote I heard from Ross, and he said Hove told him some shit one time. I don't know if it was in connection to a song they were working on or whatever it was, but he said in an interview that he had a beat and like he ain't really like wasn't really fucking with the beat like that, and whatever. And I guess he was talking to Hove, and Hove told him, well, didn't tell him. He asked him. He was like, "All right, you don't like the beat, cool, but can you make it work?" So it's like, whether you like it or not, you can still make it work. You know what I mean? If you good enough, you can make it work. Get on a song with anybody and make it work. I should be able to get on a song with Lil Nas X and make it work if you know the opportunity, whatever. If it makes sense for that to happen. I don't think that makes sense, but if it did, you know what I mean? There should never be a time when you're not able to deliver the job that you're being, you know, hired or called upon to deliver. If that's what you call yourself.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that. Actually, I've never heard an artist put it like that, but I definitely think that as an artist, you have to be able to work with a bunch of other artists who may not fit into your lane or fit your style of rap. But if you're gonna call yourself an artist and a rapper, especially somebody that prides themselves on lyricism,
artist and rapper is two different things.
100%.
Artist and rapper is two different things.
And you pride yourself on lyricism, that you have to, you know, you do have to be able to get on a lot of different songs. You have to be able to songwrite.
But the other thing with lyricism, and I think people get it misconstrued a lot of times, lyricism doesn't always have to be super complicated, triple entendres, double time. It don't always have to be. It's a time and a place.
Sure.
You can lyrically do like you said, the Snoop flow, the real relaxed, slow paced delivery. You could say some, like, for example, London Hill don't rap like fucking who's somebody that rap mad fast? Twista.
I was about, that's the only person I was. Twista, Busta, exactly. Same
London Hill don't rap like that.
Right.
But her shit hit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like she knows she know how to say what she's trying to say, when she needs to say it, how she needs to say it. She don't got to scream. She don't got to yell. You know what I mean? She know what she's doing. So it's not impossible. And just and with Hove, we saw what Hove started as, and you know what I mean.
Fast talking rapper that go and let line breathe to slow his. 100%.
And he didn't lose it when he stopped doing it. He didn't lose it because he showed niggas when he did Jigga What Jigga Who, I could still do it. So you know, it's like that's like what we said as to like how do you not lose it and how do you know what I mean? It never leaves as long as you stay passionate about it. I feel like, especially it's easy for me because this shit is like therapy for me. I got shit that the world will probably never hear, but I personally needed to write that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
how do you think you get better as your songwriting goes? Like in a sense of what are some things that you practice doing when it comes to writing?
I can't get a source away. Can't give you no free source. Source is not free. You need something real? Holla at me, bro. I got you.
Would you be a ghostwriter?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Like
Hell
no,
yeah.
like you would like
is they money green?
Post Malone, Rockstar ghostwriter.
Is his money green with a blue strip?
Big green.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Why not? This shit is a business. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm passionate about the craft and the culture, but it's the business.
Yeah.
A lot. This shit ain't free. Like none of this shit is free.
Yeah, I think shit. With Joey, I think Joey Badass just said this too. Well, he didn't say it just now. He said it maybe a year or two ago. But he wrote. I don't know if y'all know, but he wrote Rockstar. Post Malone's Rockstar,
Post Malone?
Right? He wrote the entire thing. That song is his, and he gave it to Post.
That's skill though. That's skill because you got niggas that can rap mad fast that can't rap slow. Like niggas can't rap on lower BPM. Some niggas. I'm personally, we talking about me. I could do both. So I'm glad to be in that group than the other group. You know, to have the versatility to be able to. Like I could speed it up and give you songs like Still Running. Or I could slow it down and give you shit like Bonnie and Sean.
Yeah.
So, you know, I could do a little bit of everything. But as far as just improving with the songwriting, it just comes with, it's really like the mind frame for me. Like the mind frame I was in when I was writing Rich Mix, it was just show niggas I could rap.
Yeah.
It's lyrical. I don't care if it go over your head sometime. Press rewind. Give me another stream. But this one here, the attention and the focus was, like that project was to prove to niggas, because I'm coming out of nowhere. I just started, you know what I mean? So I'm super new. That was to show niggas I could rap. So I feel like I accomplished that goal. That's not niggas know I could rap. This project is to prove that I can make music. I can make something that somebody can put money behind, package correctly, distribute, and we see a return on it. So that's what this project is about.
I think you definitely did that here. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like I've listened to the entire project 2-3 times now, and it was solid. Track? So it was definitely Murder Was the Case. I like that one. I don't know that you didn't give me the actual titles, but I know them by the instrumentals.
Called Bronx Tale Part 2.
Okay, that was a good one. I think it's the second or third one.
Second track is Back in My Zone. Third track is, I believe, is Me and Vado.
I gotta play it. Not the Vado one. It was the one before that one, I think.
Back in My Zone.
I think
where it starts off, it got you hear Hove talking in the beginning.
I think that's it.
Back in My Zone.
I gotta play them exactly because, like I said,
that's an example of a different type of flow.
Yeah.
It's not one. It's not a project with one flow or two flows. You know what I mean? I tried to provide versatility. I tried to show that I could tell a story. I can elaborate on a story with a part 2 to it. You know what I mean? I can make shit for women.
Yeah.
Like I ain't even noticed that You Got It with Remo the Hitmaker. That I cursed one time in the whole song. It wasn't a conscious effort. It was just I'm in that frame of mind trying to create a radio-friendly, club-friendly, people-friendly song. Something easy to digest, something you could easily gravitate towards through. And for like, I definitely took the people more into thought with this.
What's the one with Eminem Stands instrumental?
That's Bronx Tale Part 1.
Okay, and then Part 2 was Murder Was the Case?
It's called Bronx Tale Part 1 and Bronx Tale Part 2, but the sample on Part 1 is Stan by Eminem, and the sample on Part 2 is Murder Was the Case by Snoop. Got you.
The Stan one was fire too. I like that. I like the storytelling though. Storytelling is definitely there because I definitely can vision it.
A lot of niggas don't do it.
I 100% agree. I don't know why nobody's picked that back up. Like Ghostface, Slick Rick, Hove, like
even
Meek for sure was Tony Stories for sure.
Niggas is telling me don't do a Part 3 because they were saying if I do a Part 3, it's gonna be like, it's gonna feel like, like it's gonna give too much of a Tony Story vibe. But we'll see. I
liked it. I thought it was dope. I thought those are probably my favorite tracks on the album for sure. But nevertheless, so when it comes to like signing to a label, is that something that appeals to you?
Signing to a label, that's a very vague term. That term, in the way that I interpret it, no, I'm not interested in signing to a label.
How do you interpret it?
When I hear sign to a label, signing to doesn't sound like partnership to me. I want a partnership.
Okay, so you want a distribution deal?
I don't need to. I don't want to sign anybody. I don't want to be anyone's. You know what I mean, artist. You want to be partners? Let's be partners. But at the end of the day, this is mine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, so I'm never gonna sacrifice creative control or no shit like that and allow anybody else to put something forth that I feel like is not a proper representation of me or my art, because that's really what it is at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I'm letting niggas read my therapy notes.
Yeah.
Essentially. This is me providing therapy to not go punch a nigga in the face in the time or like, you know what I mean? Like, prepare myself to know I'm gonna have to, especially now with this music shit and interacting and networking with people, and preparing myself to, all right, I'm gonna be in a room with a nigga who I probably wanna fucking drag out of this shit right now, but I'm gonna chill because it's a business and shit like that. So those are very intimate feelings and very intimate thoughts to even give. Like, the interlude about my brother, that's a conversation with me and my brother.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, that's just me talking to him in heaven. So I'm letting the word. I guess that's the other thing too. I'm giving myself in this project. Yeah. Like, the last one was, like we said, just rap. I'm actually giving people insight into, like, the person that I am. The funny thing, you said Bronx Tale is your favorite one. The story behind Bronx Tale is fictional, but you see how it's two different characters, right?
Yeah.
And then I talk about one, I talk about the other, and then I bring it together, and the stories intertwine. Both of them are me, if that makes. Okay. It's not gonna make sense.
No, I get what you're saying.
But make it make sense. Like, the first one who had the rougher upbringing and everything, he's a me in a reality where my life was a little bit rougher than what it really was, and the other one was me in a reality where my life was a little less rough than it really was. And then in the middle, it just made sense. Based on, like that, like I said, it's therapy. So, you know, I'm letting you listen in on the therapy session, basically.
That's just something that you feel like going, and not to just hammering this label thing, but do you feel per se that, like, in order to have a legacy, you need to be signed to a label, in the sense of, like, because like you said, right in the beginning, you said that this is an LP, this is not an album. An album you have to be signed to a label to have, right? Is
somewhat, but
okay. Am I quoting that right? Did you say
that? No. You quoted it right, but I think just the piece about that you said, having a label is something that you have to do. But what I was saying was, I wouldn't label the album, and this is something. This is third party information. This is information I picked up from a Nip interview where he was talking about a conversation that he had with 50 Cent. So this is prior to him putting out Victory Lap and everything, when it was like still the mixtapes flowing, Crenshaw and everything. He said 50 gave him advice and told him that he was in a good position because the mixtapes and everything he's doing pre-label is performing well. So he was like, don't call nothing. He said 50 told him, don't call nothing an album, because if you call your project an album, they're gonna track your sales and measure it.
I didn't even count. I just remember when you said that. I didn't even cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, so he's like, they'll track your sales now, and instead of giving you an offer of what you're projected to return, because you have no sales history, it's a projection. If you put out a project and it's an album, they can measure, this is your previous work.
Wow.
So now your projection is based upon how you previously performed. You know what I mean? So you kind of lose leverage in a sense. Because if you don't perform on $1 million level,
then you're not gonna get $1 million. I didn't even know that. That's actually funny. Now I see why Meek Mill dropped all those Dream Chase before getting signed. That's crazy.
I don't know if that's why he did it though.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's not the reason. I feel
like he was affiliated with Ross during all of them.
Nah, the earlier Dream Chasers, those are all.
Nah, Dream Chasers 1, 2, and 3 all came out. I'm a Boss is on Dream Chasers 1, and then they put it on the album.
They put it on an MMG compilation album.
No. I'm a Boss. Was it the compilation?
Yeah, it was a compilation with him, Wale.
But it was on Dream Chasers 1 though.
Right. I think they took that song and then put it on. But those Dream Chasers came out before I believe he got signed to MMG. I could be mistaken. That may be.
I don't know.
But I know those are free mixtapes. But
no, yeah, they were free. They were free. But they came out post his dealings with Ross.
Okay.
Because I ain't like Meek wasn't really like I heard of Meek through the battle rapping and shit growing up and shit like that, like him and Reed Dollars and niggas like that. But then he had the Rose Red song with T.I. and
that was on the Flaming
when he
track.
had the braids. And on the cover of Dream Chasers, he got a haircut. So that's MMG era Meek.
Right. Damn, I just thought of Kobe and fucking. Like, I didn't even catch. That's funny you say that shit.
Yeah, that was MMG era.
Okay. I got you. Now, as an artist, how do you promote your music? How do you make sure everybody hears it? Is it just the freestyles that you do? Is it, do you do TikTok? Like, what is it that you do as an artist to promote your music?
For me, I think I'm still very much in the developmental stage of that part. Just because being on social media and like, honestly, the only reason I even exist on social media, like in real life, is for the purpose of music, like literally. Because how else can I make music and put, let it get heard or shit like that. So, I'm not huge like on the internet. Like Tia T probably hates me because I don't want to go live. Like she be wanting me to go live and shit, and I don't even want to go live. But yeah, I'm not a super internety nigga. If that quote, let's put that in a. I made that word. Internety. Internety. That was me. That was me. Fuck around and get that shit copyrighted. Yeah, I'm not heavy on that shit like that. Like, I think that's part of why I don't gravitate so much towards the drill music like that, because I just come from a different time where we didn't talk a whole lot like about what we doing and what's going on. Like, the goal is to,
especially not while you doing it.
I'm trying to not get caught. Like, it don't make sense. It just don't make sense. I'm gonna go shoot a nigga block up, run, hope I don't get apprehended by the police, get back to the safety of wherever my safety's at, and then I'm gonna go on the internet and talk about it. Yo, this shit just don't make sense. I don't get. It's like niggas that want to get indicted.
Yo.
But I think what hurt that too, and this is not to take nothing away from this man, because I respect what he went through, what he did. But the Bobby situation, it's fucked up to say, but if K Flock get convicted and he come home after he do whatever time he do, he's still gonna be in his 20s.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. I mean, I say that. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know, because we don't know if they're gonna pin it on him. Whatever. Self, we don't know. In a perfect world where let's say he does at a maximum 10 years. Let's say he did 10. He come home when he's 28. What they gonna call him when he come home?
What he rapping about?
No. Well, what title are they gonna just magically bestow? What is bestow?
Yeah,
bestow upon him. You don't know? He not gonna get the crown as the king of New York?
You think so?
You don't think so?
I don't think he's done enough.
I don't either.
That would be
but
crazy.
Musically, he has not done enough. But remember, everything is not music in this era no more. It's clout.